about improvising and creating solos over this lo-fi loop, there are a lot of things that we can discuss. One of the things that we want to talk about today is really simple ideas and mechanisms to make it really easy and fun, because sometimes you don't need to know a lot, you just need to know one center. Oh, I just released a lo-fi workshop that I think you'll really dig, especially if you like these sounds, so please check it out. Which kind of brings me or us to the first point, which is understanding the chords and understanding the center that they're functioning within. So in this case, check this out. So it's B flat over D, D major 7, D flat major 7, G minor, and A flat major 7. Now these chords might seem like they don't have a lot in common at times, but actually we can find the F minor pentatonic as a super strong center. Some clashes, but really beautiful. The way to understand it and know how to do that yourself is A, just trying, failing and figuring it out. And the second thing is understanding the harmonic progression and seeing like what is happening and knowing theoretically what's happening. I would really strongly suggest A, just like trying to figure it out, and the more you do it, the better you get. This is Cole Davis, a very good friend of mine, amazing bass player. I'll also link his stuff down below, so he has a YouTube channel, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, nice. You got it. So I'm gonna interpret what he was doing. So I'm hearing a very clear melody. So although there's a lot of information there, he's actually using mainly F minor pentatonic scale, and he's using it in a melodic way. And I think that's a really strong thing that we can always try to remember, that we can take these 5 notes, because pentatonic is only 5 notes, literally penta 5. And basically, we need to make music. So we can take these notes and try to make a melody. And it could be as childish as you wish it to be, or anything you want, but just try to bring a truthful melody. I'll try. Give it a shot. Yeah. So just being simple is really helpful. Next thing I'm gonna do right now is trying to change the time and the rhythm. So still kind of keeping the F minor pentatonic center, but I'm gonna take just a couple of notes and try to change the rhythm, because when we talk about music, I feel we have 3 pillars. We have harmony, melody, and rhythm. And rhythm might be the most important one, which people oftentimes kind of neglect. So we need to keep reminding ourselves that this is super important. Also, dynamics is kind of falling into that. Or one note. So, although I'm playing some syncopated ideas against the center, I'm repeating a lot of the elements again and again to kind of establish my statement. So again, repetition creates context. This is something a great drummer, Ari Honing, once told me. And I mean, people talk about that idea. Hit it.
Totally.
locking it in. What I just did right now was a bunch of chromatic ideas, but they were actually based on the chords, at least in my conception of the chords. So the first kind of step in order for us to maybe expand the vocabulary beyond F minor pentatonic is understanding the chords. B flat, D flat, G minor, and A flat. So we have syncopated there. But basically 1, 3, 5 for each one of these chords, and maybe even 1, 3, 5, 7. So we sound like this. Then, of course, it takes a minute to understand what's happening there, but once your fingers and your ears are starting to be connected to the chord progression, we can start utilizing those notes in the solo. For example, so I'm choosing only chord tones, right? Basically kind of like the blueprint of these chords and progression to express. Doesn't mean that when I'm soloing in the real world I always only play chord tones, but they are the blueprint, so I know where they are and I pay attention to them. How do you see that?
Totally. And what's amazing about this chord progression is that you can just play 3 notes over the whole thing. I just realized it. Because I'm a bass player, I'm always looking for common tones. So you can play this B flat, this C, and this F over the whole thing. And you can use these 3 notes with any of the exercises that we're talking about. You can use them rhythmically. Or you can use them as like part of the F pentatonic scale. So there's many different ways you can use them. You can use them melodically to create a melody. So that's it, you got those 3 notes.
That's great, love it. Alright, what is another thing that you could say that really helped you soloing over complex progressions in a simple way?
Just understanding a triad that goes with all of the chords, right? So you have the first triad, you can play a B flat major triad. Well, actually, and then you can play B flat minor triad over the next chord, and then you can play. This is getting too advanced.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so you can play B flat major triad over the first chord. Then you can play B flat minor triad. Then you can play B flat major triad over the next 2 chords. So